for me, this is really personal because the Joya family and the Enos family really go back over 50 years, the relationships we had. And for me, it started with my dad's relationship with the Enos family. And because I remember I was 9 years old that first year when Kennedy opened in 1967, and Randy was in the first graduating class. I got to know Randy through my dad, and my father was one of Randy's master teachers when Randy became a student teacher at Kennedy. And then when, in fact, 35 years ago this month, 35 years ago last week, my father died really prematurely at 58 from cardiac arrest. And Randy took over teaching my dad's students for the rest of that year. So he's been a student, he was a student teacher with my dad, and then I thought it was so appropriate that he took over finishing that school year. A really hard thing to do for a teacher, right? To step in and take over from students who still think of that. So to me also, Randy was like a connection to my dad too. Hard for me. And Randy did a great job, and of course went on to be a teacher, administrator, principal, being a coach. Randy continued his work in the school district up to being principal. And then, of course, after he retired, got on the school board. And so for Randy, it was always about the kids, right? It was always, I mean, think of someone who's, the son of a teacher and administrator, or a student in this district, a teacher, an administrator, a principal, a school board member. And it was always about what would make sense for the kids in this district. And I mean, you've all told stories about him and his, whether it was as a student, a fellow teacher, being coached by him. I mean, he just represents the best, I think, of so many other good employees and coaches and teachers in our school district, and some of you here, right? I mean, he just represented the best of all of us. He cared because he's whenever things weren't going well, it affected him personally. I could tell that. And if he always wondered why people didn't always have the best interest of kids. So why isn't that? He always fought for that. Randy's charm, dedication, good humor, belief in the power of education, and love for all children lives on in the hearts and minds of the countless former students whose lives he touched. And that's Randy.